is Liz Dolby. I'm a physical therapist. I work with Cypress Physical Therapy. We have 2 offices in the area, one in Greenfield and one in Athol. I want to welcome you all to Templeton Senior Center. Thank you so much for having us here. So today's class is a really fun-filled class because it's a little bit of everything. It's my variety pack. So we're going to start with a little warm-up. We're going to do some upper body strengthening. Everybody's looking at me going, they already know this. So we're going to start with a little upper body strengthening, some lower body strengthening, a little bit of core, and we're going to end up with some balance, and then we'll do a nice stretch at the end. So thank you all. I just want to remind everybody at home and here that if you're having any discomfort or if all of a sudden you're getting tired, just feel free to sit down. Have water available, take some small sips if you need that. And a perceived exertion is really important to keep in mind. So if you are actually thinking about how hard you're working, you should be working on a scale of 1 to 10, somewhere between the most a 3 and a 4. So that means it's light. You could do it for a long time. Your heart's getting a little bit of a pumping, you get a little bit warm under the skin, but you're not gasping for breath, and you could do it for a long time. So keep that in the back of your mind. So without further ado, I want to get started. We're going to start with our little warm-up, and that means you are on your feet. You'll hear music in the background. That's kind of our cue for our ability to keep time with one another. So we're going to start with just a simple march. So it's march, 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 march. Take a deep breath in and out. Again, in and out. 2 more like that, in and out. 1 more, in, beautiful. And now just a little high knee, knee, knee. So my navel's to my backbone, thinking hard about what I'm doing with my body. I'm not slamming my feet into the floor. Nice soft knees. 4, 3, nice little soft kicks. Out, 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 out. So my tummy's in. So this is the kind of thing, if you're at home and you're going, I can't do all this standing, you can do it sitting, it's fine. Great. We're going to do what's called a soccer kick, opening those hips. So this is one of the motions as we age that we lose. This is external rotation of your hips. This works very important muscles that keep us steady every step that we take. So this is a soccer kick. I'm going to give you a hacky sack, hacky sack, hacky sack, hacky sack, hacky sack. Beautiful. This is internal rotation. This is a tough move also. Hamstrings are working hard. Beautiful. Everybody looks great. Feet are now planted on the floor. We're going to warm up the upper body. You're going to open the arms and give yourself a big hug. Open the arms and give yourself a big hug. So my navel's to my backbone. Knees are always soft, so I'm not compressing my lower back as I'm standing here. Beautiful. 1 more like that. Perfect. We're going to do some swim arms. So we're doing the crawl. We're at Lake Tully, swimming across the lake. Crunching is welcomed. Now we're going backward across the lake. Always good to reverse the crawl. These are actually really important muscles in the back of your shoulder, part of the rotator cuff. You guys are doing awesome. Excellent. And then arms are straight down by your sides. We're going to start the little warm-up part of our program, which gets your heart rate up a little. This is where we pay attention to our perceived exertion. So we're going to start with the march first. These guys are good at it. So you people at home, when you practice this, you will get good at it. They practiced all week, I just know. So the next thing I'm going to do is called a step touch. So I'm going to go step touch, step touch, step touch, step touch, step touch, step touch. I'm going to add arms. So it's step reach, step reach, step reach, step reach. You guys are awesome. Beautiful. So now you start to think, okay, I can feel my heart rate going up a little bit. I'm going to change the leg. It's going to step, curl, arms, pull, arms, pull. Nice. So now I'm working my hamstrings a little bit. Heart rate's going up. I already kicked the chair too, Kaylee. Keep going. Breathing. Everybody looks great. Great. Back to our step touch. Touch, 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 touch. We're going to change this to step reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. I'm going to change that reach to going out to the side. So I'm warming up my waistline here. Oh, you guys are good. They are totally synchronized. Just want you all to know. It's looking good here in the studio. They're all passing with flying colors. Now I'm going to step reach down. So all I've done is changed what the arms are doing. Great, you guys look awesome. My tummy's in the whole time. Knees are constantly soft. Beautiful. Back up, across, 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 across. We look like the Rockets. Good. Overhead. Oh, and they are quick to change. Beautiful. We're going back to our step touch, 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 breathe. This is a good time to kind of regroup. Breathe, breathe. Everybody feel it? Feeling a little bit warmer, right? That's why I turned the AC on. All right, coming back to high knees. Breathe, breathe. Beautiful. And just march in place. All right, so we're pretty warmed up now. Let's take our bands next. At home, if you don't have a band, you can always use small hand weights. Remember, a pint's a pound the world around. So if you have water bottles and you fill them up to a pint, 16 ounces, you have a pound worth of weight. So let's just start with some upper back strengthening. This is Liz's favorite category because I'm all about posture. So I make my whole living on teaching people about posture. Knees soft, so remember we're knees soft, navel to my backbone, shoulder blades are back and down. I'm gonna row back, squeeze my blades together, and we're gonna try to do this together so that this way you're not doing 20 and somebody else is doing 10. Beautiful, you guys are doing great. This is 5, 6, 7, and I'm resisting the band as I go off. 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more. Perfect. All right, so that's number 1 for the upper back. Number 2, starting overhead. I'm going to pull wide as I pull that toward my chest. Beautiful. And back up. Pull wide. So this is your latissimus that does this move. You hear about people who do the lat pull down all the time. This is the lat pull down. Beautiful. Everybody's posture is perfect. Navel to the backbone, soft knees. The weight is over the arches of my feet. Remember to breathe. Oh, yeah, that too. Other than that, you don't have a thing to think about. This is number 6. Beautiful. 3 more. 8. Got really quiet in here. 9. That's right. And 10. Beautiful. Let that down, just kind of shake it out for a second. And let's just have a seat so everybody can take a little break from standing. So sitting we're going to do a bicep curl here. So I'm going to take up the slack in one hand. Yep. So your left arm is the one that is working. So I've got my slack, place the band resistance. Now if you're at home and you have a little jug of water, you're just going to curl like this, but we're going to use our bands as our resistance. So here we are, and then you are curling against that resistance. Perfect. So palm up. There you go. That feels a lot better, doesn't it? And just bend your elbow. Don't raise the arm. I'm just bending my elbow. That's it. Yep, you made it a lot harder. We're going to get to that one. Four more, just like that. Beautiful. Posture is beautiful. Look at you all sitting up so nice and straight. Makes me so happy. There's no slouching in PT. One more. Perfect. Let's switch sides. So again, I take up the resistance, palm facing upward, elbows locked to my side. The only thing that's moving is my elbow curling up. Perfect. Yep. This is 5. Beautiful. Two more, just like that. One more. Excellent. Beautiful. Well, that vibration in the floor is interesting. So the next one is part of the rotator cuff. I'm locking my elbows into my side. My palms are facing each other. I call this open the newspaper. So my elbows are here. I'm going to open the newspaper, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and back in. Yep. Open the newspaper and squeeze back in. Perfect. This is great for your shoulders. Elbows in. There. Elbows in. Yep, it literally is. It's a small motion. Perfect. You know you're doing it right when it's a small motion. If it becomes one of these things, you're perfect. So the great thing about having TCTV here today is that you'll be able to watch this on YouTube and on TV itself because they'll run it. So it will be a great way to get your strengthening going at home. One more. Great. Let's take a break from the upper body just for a second. You're going to take that band, feed it under your knees. At home, you don't need to have any resistance at all. The whole point of this exercise is to work pushing the knees apart and then back in. So if I don't have a band, I'm just going to simply do that and back in. So here I am. I have resistance on, and I'm just going to push my knees open. Great. Slowly off. So again, this is one of those muscles that's so important. Every step that I take, this muscle fires to keep my hips level so that you're not stepping in a hole every step that you take. You can watch people, you'll know this now, when you see people walking down the street, you'll see them, they go bonk, 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 and that's because one of their hips is weak.
Are your feet supposed to be together?
My feet are together and I let those kind of roll out almost like I'm spraining my ankle there. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. One more, just like that. Very nice. All right, we're going to come back up to standing, just because I don't want you to get too relaxed. Heaven forbid. All right, we're going to work our deltoid next. So the deltoid is the cat muscle on your shoulder here. It's what allows us to lift our arms out to the sides. So I'm going to start with the band here. My left arm is the one that's stabilizing, so it would be your right arm is stabilizing. The left arm is going to lift out to the side and back down. Notice my palm is facing downward. Make sure you have enough slack. This is a hard exercise. So you don't have to make it really, really hard. Straight arm out to the side and back down. That's beautiful. Perfect. I saw your buddy this morning. Got me warmed up for you guys. Beautiful. Nice job. That's perfect form. Really nice. 2 more. One more time. Great. Everybody have a little posture check. Remember what we were talking about. The weight of the body is over the arches of your feet. Knees are soft, navel to your backbone, shoulder blades back and down at all times. Here we go, going out to the other side. So my resistance, and then I'm lifting. Perfect. Guys look great. I'm getting warm. Aren't you feeling warm? That's that perceived exertion. You can feel the body temperature actually going up. But you could do it for a long time. You're not gasping for air thinking, this is it. I hope this doesn't go on for very long. Nice. You have 3 more on the side. Yes, I can count and talk. It's my entire profession is doing this. Awesome job, you guys. Take a little break there. And let's actually just intersperse with a little leg activity. Give the arms a break for a second. So you're going to stand behind your chair. And at home, this is a great thing to do. Have a chair for balance or standing at your counter. And the reason I do this is so that you really work on the leg without feeling like you're going to lose your balance. So here I am. We're going to take our right leg out to the side. My body stays perfectly straight. I still have soft knees. So I'm going to do right leg only. So my left knee, right, your left knee is going to be soft. Your right leg's lifting out to the side and then back down. I want to see those toes facing right at me, because the tendency is when you're doing this exercise to do that, and that's not the muscle we're trying to work. We're trying to work a muscle right here. So I stay here and back down. And again, body up, try not to lean into it. So the tendency is to do one of these. That's not working anything, except for to see if you can keep yourself from falling over. So just coming to the end of the range. Beautiful, you guys look great. 2 more like that. And 1 more. Perfect. And we're going to switch sides. So again, body stays up nice and tall, lifting out to the side, squeeze at the top and back down. Good. Great, because the tendency is to want to lift it really high. It actually is not that big of a motion in everybody's hip socket. It's about 45 degrees. So if you're out here somewhere, that's not the one we're looking for. Great. Although Kaylee's a little more flexible than all of us. Just saying. She's a little younger. But we're not going to say anything. No, sir. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. Let's grab that band again. We're going to work our triceps. So we did our biceps, so we're going to work the counter muscles. So the bicep sits here, tricep sits back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the band, I'm going to take up the slack, I'm going to do this from the side. Once I bring that band here, I'm going to bend my elbows. When I straighten my elbows, I'm going to feel that band go into my legs, then I'm going to bend my elbows. So it comes down into my legs. You've got it. Straighten those elbows back. Yes. And then bend up. So it's down. Yes. And back up. Feel that? You should feel that back here when you come to the end of that range. Good. Beautiful. Everybody looks great. It should feel also, when I get to the end of that range, I'm kind of squeezing my shoulder blades together so I don't lose that posture. Everybody's doing great. You're all pros. Nice. 2 more just like that. I feel it. 1 more just like that. That's awesome. Great. And then all we're going to do from there is we're just going to take that band straight back. So my arms are straight this time. I feel the resistance of the band, so I'm pulling past my hips. And then I'm just going to squeeze my shoulder blades back and down. And then I'm going to back off. So it's back with my arms, squeeze my shoulder blades, and then back off. Beautiful. This is another one of Liz's upper back ones. Posture, posture, posture. Gravity does mean things to us over time. It kind of pushes us into that. So I'm trying to keep everybody up here. Awesome, you guys look great. You're doing this so well. 2 more. That was actually more than 10, but it's one of my favorites. So you get to do it more. Last one. Beautiful, beautiful. Take a break from that. Going back behind the chair. How's everybody doing standing?
Okay.
If you need a break to sit down, just let me know. All right, body up super tall. So here what we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna show you from the side. So I'm holding onto my chair, and I'm just gonna stand up tall. Tummy is in super tight because what I don't wanna see is this kind of stuff going on. So the leg is going to go straight back. I'm gonna squeeze my glute at the top and back in. So it's just straight back and back in. So this is where you have to be really focused that the tummy's in. You should feel that hip socket limiting you. You should not feel like you can just swing that thing back forever because that's not the motion we're looking for. That's perfect. Perfect. Great. 2 more on this side. Very nice. And let's switch legs. So remember that the stance leg is soft. So when I'm standing on this leg, this knee is soft. It's not locked out because that puts compression on my knee and on my hip and on my lower back. So every time you soften that knee, good things happen. Great. You look great. Love it. Don't watch Kaylee. You are awesome. 2 more. This is another really important muscle for walking. This is your gluteus maximus. Perfect. All right, let's go back to sitting for a second. Take a break from standing. We're sitting on the edge of our chair. You're gonna work your thigh muscles. I think this was the one everybody loved last time. Maybe not. So body's up super tall. I'm gonna just take my leg and I'm gonna straighten it out. I'm gonna hold and then slowly relax back down. All the way up to the top, hold. So I'm locking my knees straight, perfect, and then back down. Up and hold, and back down, up and hold, and back down. You should feel your quads on this. Yeah, I can tell that face feels it. And switch. I told you, I thought this was the favorite. Right next to that little cardio piece. Great. Everybody looks great. You only have 5 more. On each side. Try to keep that posture the whole time tummy is in. That's really important because it actually isolates the muscle by being in perfect posture. Everybody's doing great. We're almost there. 2 more on each leg. We're there. I love it. You guys are perfect. 1 more on each leg. Woo! I feel it. Nice. Beautiful. Take the band and wrap it behind you. So this is when you get to take your aggressions out on me. So imagine I'm standing right in front of you and you're going to punch me with both arms. So you're going to go straight out, punch me, and then back off. Straight out and punch me and back off. Beautiful. Out and punch and back off. And punch and back off. You're going to have to stand in line though. There are a lot of people. Great. Awesome. So again, think about your posture, navel to your backbone. It's probably the hardest thing to do is to stay in good posture all day long. Two more. Beautiful. And then just let that drop down all the way. I'm going to have you come and stand up. Let's just do a quick, another little recap of the cardio portion, getting that heart rate back up again. We'll do, and we'll do some core. So you guys are doing great. We're right on time, sort of. So remember, it starts with a march, so we're marching. This is like the most well-timed class. You guys are all together too. I love it. All right. Everybody knows from here is step, knee, step, knee, step, knee, step, knee, step, knee. Perfect. Body up, chest is lifted. Step curl, arms pull. Think of the calories you're burning, you know? I'm going with that. Think of what this does for your heart. I always feel better after I exercise. Now we're going to do that step, touch. Beautiful. These guys are speeding up, just so you all know at home. They're getting better as we go along. Now we're going to do the step, reach. Overhead to start. Beautiful. Guys look great. This is the step, reach across. This is your chance to think that I'm standing at the end of the punch. Punch, punch, punch. Awesome. And then that step, reach down, down, down. Looks great. And march, 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 march. Deep breath in. Again. One more. Beautiful. All right, you can either go behind your chair or you're going to stand in place, working our core now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my navel to my backbone. I'm going to lift my right knee up, squeeze with my abdominals, and slowly lower that. Beautiful. And again, you can hold on with one hand or both hands on a chair. Yep, perfect, good idea. So we're going to work that right side first, good, and back down. Looks good. Lifting, squeezing. At home, if you can't stand to do it, it's navel to my backbone, lifting and squeezing and back down. Great. Plus it works your balance at the same time. Navel to your backbone. 2 more on this side. 1 more on this side. And let's switch. So remember, the stance leg is soft. Navel to your backbone. Beautiful. Perfect. I love it because you guys are doing it nice and slowly. They follow well. Oops, I lost my balance. It's okay to lose your balance. 2 more. Steve's doing along with us too with the camera. He's on. Beautiful. Now we're going to try to alternate. So it's squeeze and down. 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 We're going to get fancier if you want. So what I'm going to do, squeeze. So opposite elbow goes opposite knee. Opposite. Opposite. You've got it. Opposite. Good job. It never feels right if you do it the other way, so you keep going. Something's not right with this picture. Beautiful. Beautiful. You guys are rocking this. Really good. This is even better than the last time we did this. Squeezing. 1 more on each side. Perfect. And then arms are straight down by your sides. Same idea. So when you're crossing over like that, you're working your obliques. So we all know that the rectus abdominis does this kind of stuff, sit-ups. But what we were working is the lowest, the deepest layer of muscles, which is the transverse abdominis. It's what actually supports our lower back. It's so important for the health of our lower back. So here, we're going to work the oblique again. Arms are straight down by my sides. Knees are soft. I'm just going to reach down. I want you to think that now that right side is going to pull that arm back up. And then we're going to reach down to that same side, down, and then pull that back up. And then down, and we're going to pull that back up. Reach down, and we're going to pull that back up. And then pull it back up. 2 more like that. And pull it back up. 1 more like that. Beautiful. Switch sides. So you go down, and this side, your left side's going to pull it back up. Reach down. This is contracting to pull it back up. Beautiful. And pull it back up. And pull it back up. And pull. And pull. 2 more. 1 more. Awesome, awesome. Everybody's coming behind their chair again. So here, we're going to do what's called a mini squat. So squats, people make the mistake of kind of letting their knees go forward like that. It puts a lot of compression on your knees. So what I want you to do is hinge at the hips first. So I'm in that position, not that position. So hips go back first. Hips go back, and then I just do a little mini squat and back up. Hips go back first, and then a mini squat. Nice. Hips go back first. Beautiful. That's exactly what I want to see. So hips are back first, little mini squat. Hips go back first, mini squat. So this protects your knee joints. It gives you a lot of exercise in your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes, all for the price of 1. It's a 3-fer. That's why I like it. more just like that. One more just like that. Perfect. Standing at your chair again for balance. We're going to work balance along with the calf muscles. So you're going to go up on your toes all the way to the top, hold at the top, see if you can switch your weight to one leg and lower yourself back down. Up on both, switch to the other and lower yourself back down. Up on both, switch and lower. This is a very difficult exercise. All the way up, this is called an eccentric calf raise. So that leg that's lowering you is working really hard. And again, when I get to that top, I'm really pulling my navel to my backbone, so I'm not arching my back to help, working hard on those calves. We're going to do one more on each side. Ooh, I can feel it in my calves. Anybody else? Awesome, great. All right, you're going to come back, have a seat in the chair. And just because I did want to work the core a little bit, again, let's not do it in standing and let's actually do it in sitting. So bodies up super tall, just exactly what we did. So we're going navel to our backbone, squeezing in and back down. Squeezing in and back down. The body has to stay tall, no leaning back. So it's just navel to the backbone and back down. Navel to the backbone and back down. Look beautiful. Stars. Everybody looks great. Ready for the challenge? Nope. Of course you are. Cross and cross. See, you had it the whole time. Looks great. And you can feel it, right? You can feel it. That's your transverse abdominis that's working so hard. And your obliques on this one by the crossover. So simple to be able to do sitting, and so great for anyone who has any lower back issues. Strength of the abdominals is just so key to the decompression of the spine. One more on each side. Perfect. Take a break. And then we're going to stand again. Dum, da, dum. Actually, that reminds me. Everybody have a seat. This is one of the most important exercises that you can do all day long. Feet are underneath you. You're at the edge of your chair. I always say nose over toes, so your weight starts to transfer forward, and then you stand from there. This is the most important thing you can do all day long, is to sit and stand like that, because that makes you use your quads and your glutes and your hamstrings. It's the threefer exercise. So remember, every time you go to stand or sit down, that you do it that way. All right, so we're going to do a little balance. Oh, absolutely. One more time. As a matter of fact, we're going to do the reverse. So when you go to sit down, I want you to sit down. Just like we did that mini squat, I'm going to hover over the chair before I let myself collapse into it, and then come to the chair. So now I've worked my glutes, my quads, and my hamstrings. The reverse. Get to the edge of your chair first. Weight gets going forward, and then I come up. Great. One more balance activity. Standing. You can use your chair for balance. How am I doing? Doing pretty well. So now we're going to go to tandem stance. Pick a foot. That foot's going to be in front, and touch your heel with the other foot. Everybody heard that. The key to this exercise that nobody ever tells you about is focus on something that's not moving. That's really key. And the second thing is your knees are soft. They're not locked. So your knees are soft. I use my abdominals, my stomach is in nice and tight to be able to stand. Nobody ever tells you all the keys. You guys just passed that balance test. Switch legs. You'll find that you always have one leg that has better balance than the other. Mine happens to be my left. I started with that. So again, here, once I find my balance point, I'm looking at something in front of me that's not moving. My navel's to my backbone. My knees are soft, so I feel that weight is right down the center of me. And that's always a good warm-up for more advanced balance activities, such as standing on one leg. So let's pick a leg, any leg. Stand on that. Again, the whole focus is that if my knee is soft and my navel is to my backbone, I gain my balance with my fingertips on, and then I release. So I'm watching something that is not moving. Nice. Nice. It's awesome. It's awesome. Awesome. Switch sides. So these are the kinds of things you can practice when you're brushing your teeth. You know, you're standing there and you're standing on one leg, brushing your teeth. Or even if you just have a toe tapped down behind, that starts to work on that balance. Oh, and the little vibration makes things really interesting. It's normal to feel your foot wiggling around and your ankle wiggling around. That's what it's there for. It's telling you where your body is in space. And then relax that all together. Great job, everybody. Come and have a seat. Let's do a little stretch. Take a deep breath in. And relax down. And I want you just to kind of hug your knees and fold forward. And then bring that all the way back up to seated position. Take your right leg out in front. My chest is up nice and tall. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to stay up tall. You should be able to read the label on my shirt the whole time. I lean forward over that, and I feel that hamstring stretch right away. You should feel that all down the back of your leg. Again, the ways to a healthy back. Hamstring length, core strength. Perfect. Let's switch. Body up. Excellent. Nice. And back up. One more on each side. And again, I should be able to read any label on your chest. Because once you're here, all you're doing is stretching your lower back and not your hamstring. Great. One more on this side. Perfect. Nice. And then bring that all the way up. And then let's just take our arms and open and stretch through the chest here. Drop your wrists back. Great, that's opening the wrist, stretching out the carpal tunnel. And then reverse that. Clasp your hands together. Press your palms to me. Let your upper back, this is when I'm going to let you slouch. You can let your upper back round over. This is your one opportunity. You can let your head drop. And then release that all the way back down. Working our way up the chain here, you're going to take your chin, you're going to tuck it straight back. Yep, it's like I'm making a double chin. So I'm here and I just tuck straight back. Perfect. Keep that position and then just look slowly over your right shoulder. Nice. And then come back to the center and retuck again. Make sure that you have that. That unlocks your cervical spine. And then you're going to turn and look over the other shoulder. Nice. And then bring that back to the center. Let's do one more in each direction. Tuck and then turn. And back to the center. And then tuck and turn. Beautiful. And back to the center. We're just going to drop your right ear toward your shoulder. Yeah. So to make sure you're not doing the body stays up tall, ear goes to the shoulder, reach out with the opposite arm. There you go. And that'll keep you from doing the tilt. These are your stress muscles. It's your upper trapezius. Awesome. Let that relax and switch. Dropping the other way. And again, you might have one that's tighter than the other. I know which one mine is. Great. Feel that traction on that. Just helps stretch that out. Perfect. And then bring that all the way back down. Perfect. And then still sitting here, take a deep breath in, reach up overhead, and I want you to think that you're going to reach with your left arm as high as you can go, decompress that rib cage, and then switch and do your right arm the same way. And do that with the left again, and then with the right again. Perfect. And bring that all the way back down. Now with perfect grace, poise, and using all three muscle groups, we're going to come to standing for the final stretch. So coming all the way up, using those muscles, all the way up. Oh, look at that. It's perfection at its finest. Take a deep breath in. Reach with those fingers toward the ceiling. Come all the way up on your toes if you can. Focus on a spot in front of you. And then bring that all the way back down. And I want you to think about the posture that you're in. The weight is over the arches of your feet. Your knees are soft. Your navel is to your backbone. Shoulder blades are back and down. Your chin is tucked. And I'm going to leave you in this perfect posture for the rest of your day. Thank you all for joining us for this wonderful class, and we'll see you next time.